So this will be going over Matthew 1, that Matthew uses the word Heōs, or Heōs, H-E-O-S in Greek, to always mean until, as in a change of standard. We won't go over verse 25 yet, because that's the one in question. And Joseph knew Mary not until, gave birth to Jesus. And that means to have intercourse with Mary. He didn't have intercourse with Mary until after the birth of Jesus. Now, Catholics will claim, well, until doesn't always mean until. It could also mean even continuing on. But we'll see how Matthew uses it. Looking at Matthew and how the author of Matthew used the word Heōs to mean until, a change in stand, so from something until something. As you'll see, that's how Matthew uses the word. So I have the ones highlighted in here. You can see. So, and then the red highlights. That's just connecting to the context, which I'll go over. But we're only gonna do a few verses at a time to keep this short. All right. So all the generations of Abraham to David are 14 generations, and from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations, and from the carrying away into Babylon unto Christ, which is also the word until, or Heōs, Christ, are 14 generations. So from Abraham to David. So the word to here, to David, is also the Heōs, until. So all the generations from Abraham until David are 14 generations. And that's a change in standard. Once you reach David, that would be another, or after David would be more than 14 generations. And from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations. So it's from David to the carrying into Babylon. So from a point to a point, and then it changes. And from the carrying away into Babylon unto Christ are 14 generations. So from Babylon to Christ are another 14 generations. So up until. And then anything past Christ would be the 15th generation. So there's a change of standard. Alright, Matthew 2, verses 9, 13, 15 contain the word Heōs. And when they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till they came to stood over the child, where the young child was. So they traveled and followed the star until the star stood over the child, which was Jesus. So the word till here, right here, means they continued up until a point and then they stopped. So pretty straightforward. Verse 13, and when they departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. So until here also means stay there until he brings word. Because they do eventually leave once Herod dies. So, verse 13, do not leave until Herod is dead, or the death of Herod. Verse 15, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Lord by the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt I have called my son. Again, and they were there until the death of Herod. Now, connect into context. But when Herod was dead, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother into the land of Israel, for they are dead which sought the child's life. So now they are traveling. So they waited up until the death of Herod. And he arose and took the young child, in verse 21, and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. So yes, there's a change of standard. Stay there until the death of Herod. Chapter 5, verses 18, 25, 26. Right. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law, till it all be fulfilled. The words till, heaven, and also till all be fulfilled is until, is the Heōs. Wherever you see the 21 G2193, and also here. So until heaven and earth pass, and then until all be fulfilled. So one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled. Till heaven and earth pass. So it's until. There's a change. There's going to be up to a point, and then there will be a change. And the red here is the context for the yellow. Okay, so let's go over verse 25 and 26 first. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whiles thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou shalt be cast into prison. Okay, so 25. So what is this talking about? So verse 22. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. 23. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and thou there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way, to first be reconciled with thy brother, and then come and offer the gift. You have to reconcile with your brother first. That's the whole point. You have to do something until reconciliation. And this is all talking about, if you're angry with your brother, it's like you killed him. Verses 23 and 24 are saying you cannot leave a gift at the altar until you reconcile with your brother. Because in 25, it's telling you to reconcile quickly, because, again, as it mentioned prior, judgment. If you're angry with your brother, it's as you killed him. So agree with thine adversary quickly, whiles thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge. So the word thou here, whiles thou, that's actually the Heōs, until you reconcile with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver you. So it's talking about you need to reconcile with him in order to leave the gift at the altar. Again in verse 24, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way, first be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. And then it says, agree with thine adversary quickly, whiles until you are in the way with him, reconciliation, unless at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge. So there's a consequence. But the whole thing is, you cannot leave the gift until you reconcile with your brother. Verse 26. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. And this is talking about the prison, so thou shalt be cast into prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out until you pay the farthing. So you cannot come out of prison until you pay the farthing. Matthew 10, verse 11. So the word till here, till ye go thence, that is the Heōs. And into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go hence. So if you go into the town, abide by the rules until you leave. So again, change of standard. While you're staying there, abide until you leave. Verse 23, but when they persecute you in the city, flee ye into another, for verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. So you shall not go over the cities of Israel until the Son of Man be come, until the Son of God, Jesus, comes. So again, a change of standard. Ye shall not have gone over to the cities until the Son of Man comes.